EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. CD, with Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The numbers for him from a week ago, 18 carries, 60 yards.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Taken down at the 42. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Powers. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 43. 12 yards on third down as the drive rolls on.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 43. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. He'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Powers. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 24-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
On first down, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Powers. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Hands it off out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This defense for the Bills, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And what I saw in film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Now back to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Powers. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game. And they hit that one there for big yardage.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And leading them out, their signal caller now in his 4th season in the NFL.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
2nd and long. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami set to take over.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 2nd and 5. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
They'll look to throw here.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack.
And down to the 41.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, partner, we've watched as they reached 2 wins, 3 wins, 4, and then 5. And we kept questioning each week, how long can they keep this streak going? This team is rolling, and having someone like this who can really set the tone for your offense week in and week out is a big part of why they've been unbeatable as of late.
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field.
They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
2nd and 13. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the next-gen stat's going to show that sack carried out in just 2.5 seconds from beginning to end.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this down close to a 1st down at about the Dolphins' 41.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Steps away. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. At the Dolphins' 18.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Touchdown, Bills! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is goes on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Now a handoff up the middle. Burton. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. On 2nd down, it's Burton. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Bills are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. A turnover is obviously, Charles, always costly, but man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window.
Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They run a draw here on second down. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 46 yards on the play.
You don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. Down to about the 45. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 5-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. They'll try to run this one in. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bills go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. With a second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bills are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half. But this has been total, utter domination.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. He finds his man, complete. It's Powers. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back to throw again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Back to throw. Touchdown Dolphins! A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. No problem there on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They'll throw now on the final play. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start with an AFC East matchup. The New York Jets taking on New England in Foxborough. And it is the Jets who have the lead in the second quarter. The Jets trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we head over to...
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find his man on the end route, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week, an unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Facing short yardage on third down, but he was able to pick up a very sizable gain.
He certainly was, and I think that maybe they were fooled a little bit because you and I both know this is a passing league, and that's not normally a running down, and they fooled him with it. Safety had to make the play. Otherwise, he's still running, and the next thing, he runs right into the goalpost.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
2 yards left on second down from the 9.
Back to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. They're going to look to throw.
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. A big loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal, so now it's 2nd down. Here's a give up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Johnson, end zone for a Bills touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. On the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. He'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Second and 3. He's got a man. It's his fullback. 4 yards the pickup. 1st down.
And they picked up a 1st down, and that came out of the fullback position. But as you and I both know, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a fullback playing in that spot.
Well, times have changed, right? The old school fullback doesn't really exist anymore.
We're not getting that same player out of college. With all the spread offenses, not very many pro style, where you actually have a true fullback. We're having to make do in the NFL and put guys in that spot who emulate it but aren't necessarily that position.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. Oh, what a move. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 5. And the Dolphins 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of 12.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd down now, it's Burton. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to the top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This taken in at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your play? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. And those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now the try here for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And taken right on the 30. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. And he comes back with one complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Now back to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 16. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
2nd and 5. Got a man, and he hits puts him in stride. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
He'll buy some time, and he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll look to throw here. Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this way. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ballgame.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
The try here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Powers. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 37.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Dolphins
They'll set up to throw. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
A gain of 22 yards.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. He'll look to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. On now the Miami field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Fields it right around the goal line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Bills, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Miami, they drop just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.